What is going on, everyone? The NHL Draft Round 1 was tonight, and the Flyers made a move early on in the night. Chuck Fletcher traded down. We went from the 11th overall pick to the 14th, but we also picked up a 45th overall pick, which is in the second round. And if you remember what we did just, a few weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, maybe even 1 week ago, I don't know, time's flying by, we acquired Justin Braun and we gave up a second round pick for this year's draft. Well, we just got that back. So I got to look at Chuck Fletcher and say, I like that move. I like that move. You get back a second-round pick, you acquire another asset, and you can go get another prospect for this organization. It was a very good move. To only move down 3 spots, absolutely, I love it. You do that move 100 out of 100 times. We select Cam York, and here's where I have a problem, and we'll get into Cam York, and this is what bothers me because I'm in the same position that I was in with the 76ers the other night. Here's my problem with what we did. We left someone on the board that should have never been left on the board. We passed up on him when we were at 11 and we decided to trade to Arizona, and then he was still there at 14, and we decided not to pick him too, and that's Cole Caufield. I mean, this kid is disturbingly good at scoring. Okay? I mean, he's just disgusting. 72 goals. He scored 72 goals with NEDP last year with the U.S. National Development Program. 72 goals in 64 games. He had 100 points. The biggest knock on him, he's 5'7". But listen, have you watched hockey? Have you seen how the game is developed? You can be small in this league and still perform. You can be a little guy and still be successful. You saw what Chicago's done. You see what John Gaudreau does. You see little guys all around the league. You can perform in this league at that size. I'm sorry, but that type of talent, that type of goal-scoring ability, you have to draft this kid. The Flyers organization has been screaming and screaming and screaming that we need a winger that can score. Now listen, this kid's not just going to hop in the NHL and score 1 million goals instantly. There's going to be development involved, and that's any hockey player outside of, the top 4 selected this year. So it's not like it would have been this season, but I'm sorry, with that type of touch, you got to go out and get this kid. We've been screaming for a winger who can score. We've been screaming for a player, a sniper. We need that. He was sitting right there. Someone who dropped. He would have been way higher. His size caused him to drop and drop and drop, and his talent is there. He's special. He can make it happen, and we allow him to fall. It's the steal of the draft, absolutely, and he ends up going to Montreal. I hated the fact that we passed up on a 72 goal scorer. It's absurd. You don't see that type of number. That's absolutely insanity to pass up on him. So from that aspect, Chuck Fletcher, I applaud you for your first move, but I don't applaud you on skipping Cole. It's just, it can't happen. But we pick up Cam York, and I don't think Cam York is going to be a bad defenseman. He's an offensive defenseman. He's 5'11", 180 pounds. He's going to the University of Michigan next year, so he's going to a well-respected NCAA program. He played a great World Juniors. And the World Juniors is one of the greatest tournaments ever to watch, to be honest with you. 11 points in 7 games. He had 4 goals, 7 assists. He provided great offense to that team. And during the regular season for NDDP, he ended up having 65 points in 63 games. So 14 goals, 51 assists. He's got the offensive side. There's no denying it. I saw some clips on him, and I never, ever, ever, ever value highlights as something to live by because they are the best plays of specific players. Well, you want to see their bad plays too because they all have deficiencies, and that's why they're all not number 1 overall. But I did see some good plays that I liked. His spinorama at the blue line on one play when they were playing Youngstown in the USHL, and he just had some really great plays. He can skate well. He's got good vision. I always laugh about that because realistically, every time I read up a player profile, they all say, well, he's a good skater and he's got a good IQ. Well, I hope so. I hope so. But, that's what they claim with this kid, and he's got a special talent. If there's one thing that he can get better at, they say it's his defense. So what does that tell you? Is it the offensive defenseman who struggles defensively? I feel like we've seen that before. I feel like it's a Gostisbehere 2.0. But that also tells me, are they planning on moving Gostisbehere? See, when you pick a guy like Cam York, he's so young. He's got so much more time. He's got to go play in college. He's got to go to Michigan. So for me to correlate that and a Gostisbehere trade, I don't know if they really really do reflect each other, because by the time this kid is ready to go, we're so much deeper involved with this roster that we currently have constructed. So I don't know if I correlate the two as some Flyers fans are, but all around, I think Cam York is a good pick. I think he's a good defenseman, but I'm sorry, I still would have went with the 5'7" goal scorer who scores 72 damn goals in 64 games. I mean, come on. Come on. And this is where I think, Chuck Fletcher being outside of the Philadelphia ties, which we've all been screaming for, right? How many times have we been screaming, let's get rid of all the ex-old Flyers and bring new faces in? But when it comes to needing a goal scorer and needing a right-wing sniper, whether you've been around this organization or not, that's something all around hockey that's needed, and that's something we could have stashed away for quite some time. You don't see this. It's not common. And the fact that he's small is why people passed up on him? That's a joke. It's 2019 NHL. This isn't 1975 with the Broad Street Bullies and Dave Schultz out there punching, throwing punches. Like, no. This is a different game. Of course it's physical. Of course there's big hits. I understand that. And when you're that small, you have that extra sense. You really do, of knowing when players are coming, because you're always fearful of getting hit. You have that extra sense. You know when things are coming maybe a little bit quicker than a bigger guy, because the bigger guy just embraces it. You have that feel. It just comes natural with being that size. And he's had a great career so far. It's never stopped him before. I don't see 6'4" guys out at NDDP scoring 72 goals. He's got something there. And I hate that we passed up on him. I hate it. So what do you know? 2 nights in a row I'm frustrated with passing up on specific guys. I wanted a shooter in Ty Jerome with the 76ers, and we didn't get him. We picked the defensive specialist, and here I like Cam York. Defensive guy, not a defensive specialist, but a defensive guy. Why I wanted a scorer. That's where we're at. When I think about it, though, and I think about how the NHL draft went tonight, and you're taking a look at who had the first 2 picks, right? The New Jersey Devils, the New York Rangers. Are you kidding me? Our rivals? I just watched Sidney Crosby for how long go to the Pittsburgh Penguins and dominate? I watched Alexander Ovechkin go to the Capitals, win a Stanley Cup, and be one of the best goal scorers ever. And they're our big rivals. They're people we despise. We hate them. They're on our rivals. And now I look at this year's draft, and you have the New Jersey Devils getting Jack Hughes, this kid who's going to be legitimately special and transcendent and absolutely awesome. And Kakko goes to the New York Rangers. I mean, literally, our rivals. We're going to have to see 2 new kids and 2 possible superstars take over our rivals. Why can't we get that lucky? Now, we get Nolan Patrick, and it was a huge jump to even get to that 2nd overall pick, but that class sucked. We got Nolan Patrick, and I respect Nolan Patrick. I like his game. I think he has value, but he's not transcendent. He's not changing the Flyers organization. He's not this new, big, fresh piece that's going to take the Flyers to the next level. We got a terrible draft class, and realistically, when the Devils got Nico Hischier, I can argue that was bad too. But all around, you got to be kidding me when I look at this draft and look at the top and see these teams involved. Now, I will say this, though. You see Jack Hughes, this 18-year-old kid, and he looks like a baby. He looks like a child. How pumped do you think he is to go play hockey in Newark, New Jersey? All right. I'm knocking Newark, New Jersey, right? I'm from South Jersey. You start getting up to that North Jersey, it starts smelling bad, and oh my goodness. How can you be pumped as a hockey player to play at the Prudential Center? I'm sorry. It's ridiculous. Most of the people in that spot are either New York Rangers fans, New York Islander fans, or hell, even Flyers fans. Really? I mean, the New Jersey Devils? Ooh, that's gotta stink. That's just my take on it. Listen, I'm from Jersey, so I can say that. South Jersey, Philadelphia area. Whatever. At the end of the day, though, do I like Cam York? Yeah, I like Cam York. I think he's going to add value to this team down the road. He's going to have to grow. He's got a lot to do defensively. He's going to have to find a way to be a two-way player and not just an aggressive offensive guy. He needs to find the correct balance, the right mix, but it's there. I don't like the fact that we passed up on a 72-goal scorer, and I'll say that over and over again. That was my mindset. I would have went to him. And it's funny, I was sitting there when I heard, the U.S. National Development Program. I'm like, yes! Until they said a different name. Then I was like, no. And then I watched the Phillies lose, so it was even worse. But whatever. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts on this. Which way would you have went? I don't think I'm overreacting. I like Cam York, but I'm sorry. I'm not passing up on Cole. No. Nope. Not happening. Thank you for watching. See you guys next time.